A Shalom Akim, Kohaloyim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Wakahakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahweh that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatha. Alright, so this lesson right here is going to be who regards the life of his beast. Who regards the life of his beast, man? You know what I'm saying? And this lesson is inspired by a video from a man, Jason A. You know, he does exceptional work when it comes to capturing the things that takes place. You know, many times it's not mainstream, like it's not captured or something like that, or it may not be in articles and things like that, but he does a great job in due diligence to, you know, to keep watch on all these things. I don't know if he's an Israelite, and if he is an Israelite, I don't know if he knows that he's an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? But I do know that the Most High put a spirit on him to remain watchful of the things that take place on this planet. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, this lesson is going to be based off of this video, man, because, you know, I'm very sensitive when it comes to animals. You know, when it comes to the life of animals, I'm very sensitive about that. You know, and you know, under this wicked rulership, we've seen nothing but, you know, a degrading of life on this planet. You see what I'm saying? A degrading of life on this planet. And, you know, the lives of animals are usually the lives that's not seen. You know, the lives that's not that's not quote unquote reported on. You see what I'm saying? So I got into this with a couple precepts in mind. You know, I wrote some stuff down, and yeah, I wanted to bring it out, man. I wanted to bring it out because as we're entering into these last days, right, Esau has to be exposed on every level. You see what I'm saying? Not just the stuff that you readily see, but the stuff that you don't see, right? That stuff has to be exposed, man. And I don't know if you hear the music in the background, but you know, this is my joint right here. This is my game, Ghost of Tsushima. You know, I've always been big into samurai. I've always been big into samurai and the whole Japanese culture. I've always been, you know, very intrigued by that. You know, aside from all the abominations and whatnot, but yeah, the Japanese had a fantastic culture. They had a great culture. You know what I'm saying? Before Esau Edom showed up on the shores. You know what I'm saying? And everybody can sing that same song, right? So you know, but so let's get into this lesson, man. I'm gonna start off with the video, and then we're gonna get precepts. All right, so let me lower this down so you can see. Okay. Well, Salakia. Let me take that back. We gotta fix the audio real quick. Bear with me. All right.
At this point, they believe it's just a coincidence that these two fish washed up on shore during the same month. But they do want everybody to remember, if you come across something like this, to please reach out to lifeguards.
Local scientists are releasing more information about a rare fish recently seen at Black's Beach.
Researchers say this type of fish usually lives thousands of feet deep in the Pacific Ocean, and they don't know how or why this one ended up on our shore.
This is the stuff of nightmares, some would say, but take a look. A rare fish out there. Look at that. It is usually found 2,000 feet beneath the sea where sunlight doesn't penetrate. Weird-looking deep-sea fish has popped up along San Diego beach in the last 3 weeks. Lifeguards in Encinitas discovering this Pacific football fish on the beach last Friday. The unusual discoveries are giving Scripps researchers a better understanding of our ocean.
According to Frable, in a timely coincidence, 2 weeks earlier, an even rarer find washed up on Torrey Pines State Beach, a Pacific football fish, better known as a deep-sea angler.
Believe it or not, this is the second football fish to show up on a San Diego beach in 2 months. A beachgoer took this picture at Black's last month, and in early December, a deep-sea lancetfish was found in La Jolla. So why are these creatures from the deep washing up on our shores?
That's a question that I wish I knew the answer to as well. I can say this probably is not related to any sort of freak event.
It's been described as the worst blow to wildlife in Israel.
Right. Okay, so before we get into this part of the video, I want to get a precept real quick. Because we understand that these creatures are beaching themselves, right? We understand that the creatures are beaching themselves, and right, these animals are changing their directions, right? Changing their courses and things like that. These whales are beaching themselves, dolphins and stuff like that. Bizarre things, right? Right, but this is Sirach, so second Esdras chapter 5. Second Esdras chapter 5, verse 8, it says, "There shall be a confusion also in many places." And that's confusion right there, man, because these are creatures that no one's ever seen before at this level. You know what I'm saying? At this level, on surface level, when these things are supposed to be over 1,000 feet deep in the Earth's ocean. You see what I'm saying? Right? "And there shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places." You see? "And minstrous women shall bring forth monsters." But the point right here is the wild beasts will change their places, right? Change their positions, change their directions, right? So that's not supposed to be here. Those aren't supposed to be on the shore. Those are supposed to be thousands of feet underneath the ocean, right? So this is prophecy, man. These are the last days, and if people ain't seeing this, shit, I'm saying, hey, man. Right. So let's continue with this video. Now this is a part that really upset me. But let's hear what this is. All right. Now this right here is in Israel. It's in the land of Israel. You see what I'm saying? This whole place is polluted. All of it is polluted. Let's get this.
This probably is not related to any sort of freak event.
It's been described as the worst blow to wildlife in Israel's history.
The World Organization for Animal Health has warned of an increase in outbreaks, with avian flu hitting more than 40 countries in the past 6 months.
What is still mysterious about this particular spread?
At first, about 2 weeks ago, when they discovered the disease, about 50 to 100 dead cranes were identified here. Within a few days, the numbers reached thousands, and today there are about 5,000 to 6,000.
A health expert says that this figure is unprecedented. 39 other countries are reporting bird flu outbreaks. They're culling thousands of birds to stop the flu from spreading. Some studies have also emerged. They say that the bird flu is becoming more lethal. It is worsening every year. What explains this?
The scope of the current outbreak in Israel is massive, and we see that it's not stopping in the wild animals.
While mass infections are an annual occurrence, and the transmission of the H5N1 variant.
This is how you know that they're not the ones. They're not the chosen. This is how you know that. This is how you know that. If the Israelites was actually in the land right now, this would not be happening. This would not be happening. But you got this 1948er, right? As the brothers like to call it, you know, you got these 1948ers, right? You know what I'm saying? They're so-called flabbergasted. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on, man. They don't know what's going on. They literally think that they are the chosen, but the ones at the very top, they know the truth. They know the truth. They know they're not the ones. They know they're not the ones, man. Because if they were, this would not be occurring right now. Let's go.
Only rarely spreads to humans. Scientists are researching why this year's outbreak has been so severe in certain areas.
Doctor, the virus has made the jump from wildlife, from these migratory animals and cranes, to stock animals, things like chickens and turkeys that are now being culled. Could it again make the jump to humans?
Bird flu has become an annual phenomenon. But this time, scientists say something's different.
Yeah,
in other news, the UK Health Security Agency has confirmed someone in Britain has contracted the H5 bird flu. The agency says the unidentified person tested positive after coming into close contact with infected birds, marking the first human case of a H5 type bird flu.
Something very freaky lurking in the depths off the California coast. This bizarre-looking fish called a barrel eye can see through its own forehead. Researchers are brought on board a deep-sea vessel, captured the rare sighting on video.
The eyes being inside of it are a big part of why it's translucent, but exactly why it's situated like that, I can't say exactly.
And it's not telling. So given how rare this is, you can see right into his skull there, basically. Monterey.
So these guys are freaked out by it, but I say that's a magnificent creature. That's a magnificent creature right there, man. You know, and it's a testament of the Most High's power. You know, it's a testament of the Most High's majesty, right? His beauty, man. What's the scripture say? The scripture say that he is the author of beauty, right? I forget what that precept is. I believe it's in what is this? Where is it? I believe it's in Judith. If it's not in Judith, it might be in Baruch. Probably not gonna find this precept, but just wanted to take a look, see if it's in here. Yeah, I'm not gonna find this precept. I really want to get that precept though, because it's amazing. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that. Bear with me. All right, Salaki. All right, I found it. I found it was in Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 3. And it says, with whose beauty, if they being delighted took them to be gods. That's talking about the Israelites, man. It's just talking about the Israelites, because we are gods on this planet, man. As the scriptures say, the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. Right? It says, I have said ye are gods, man. So with whose beauty, if they being delighted took them to be gods, let them know how much better Yahawah, the Most High, the Other One of them is. For the first author of beauty hath created them. The first author of beauty hath created them, man. Yahawah, through his son Yahawashi, created all this beauty, man. Right? And as the sun went forth, those spirits that sprang forth from Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying, the Elohim, created these things. Right? That's why the scriptures say, let us create man in our image. Right? All these things, man, from the first day to the seventh day, all this creation was being done by the first church, by the first body, by the first family up in heaven. You see what I'm saying? The first created spirit, which was Yahawashi, and the many other spirits that Yahawashi had created, all of which created what you see in here, man. Right? The elder Yashawamba went into the first church, the first body. You know what I'm saying? Right? Lord willing, I'm one of those men. You know what I'm saying? That means that our spirits were of the first that was creating these things. You see? Let me read that again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 3. It says, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is. You see? And Sakari, all these dudes who was following Raptor News and whatnot. Yes, we worship Yahawashi, who is our Lord. Right? Let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty hath created them. You see? All right, so this is almost done.
Research Institute capturing this video earlier this month while on an expedition with the aquarium for a future exhibit. The fish has, you can see there, a transparent head and those tubular eyes. This video captured earlier this month, nearly a half-mile down below along the Monterey Bay Canyon. The Research Institute, by the way, first got video of this fish back in 2004.
People ask me all the time, after flying ROVs for over 30 years, what's the coolest thing you've ever seen? And they ask about sharks and stuff. What's the coolest thing you've ever seen? And I usually say the barrel eye, because it is just the most bizarre thing out there, and it gets a lot of attention when we see it. When you run across something that's so rare and rarely seen like these are, and get a chance to take the time to slow down and really get some beautiful video of them, it's
Barrel-eyed fish, by the way, can be found in the Pacific from Baja, California, all the way to Japan. This is a testament of how deep sea and its inhabitants remains a mystery.
Right. The scriptures say that in the last days we were going to see these newly created creatures. Right? All right, so let's come back. Okay. So with that video out of the way, man, you saw the wickedness, man. You saw this stuff is hard to watch, man. This stuff is difficult to see. You know what I'm saying? If you're very spiritually in tuned, if you're very, you're very sensitive to these things, man, that was difficult to watch, because it's just a clear indication that we are not under the right rulership. We are not under the right rulership. This is wicked. This is wicked, man. So let's start this off. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 10, man. Again, the name of this lesson is "Who regards the life of his beast?" Right? Proverbs 12 and 10, it says, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast." The righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. That's who regards the life of his beast. The righteous man. But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. You see, and they get out there with their Dove commercials, their you know, whatever commercials, you know, talking about this dish detergent that saves all these little ducklings, you know, cleaning them from oil spills and whatnot. You know, the things that the things that Esau Edom does on this planet, man, is just so atrocious. It's so atrocious. Like I brought out that video, that lesson a couple weeks back, titled "You're Going to Clean Up Your Mess, Esau." You're going to clean up your mess. All of it. All of it. You're going to clean up your mess because the Israelites is going to take hold of your ass. And we're going to put you to work. We are going to put your asses to work. Y'all are going to know a long day's work. Y'all are going to know that. This is Psalms chapter 149. Verse 6, it says, "Let the high praises of the Most High Yahawah be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings, to bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron." We're going to bind all these jokers, the Rothschilds, Warburgs, right? The Gettys, the you know what I'm saying, the Waltons. We're gonna bind all of them. We're gonna bind them all, man. You know, we're gonna take Elon. We're gonna take the Elon Musks of the world. We're gonna take the Jeff Bezos and all of them, and we're gonna slap them chains on them, and they're gonna go into servitude with the quickness, man, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. You see what I'm saying? Because this has got to happen. This has got to happen. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 24, man. Isaiah the 24th chapter. Because when you see half the things that they do, just like the elder Yashawama was saying in the live class, in the live camp, you know, that they was holding. Y'all can't live by the laws. Y'all can't live by the laws. Those who boast in the laws today, you can't live by them. You can't live by them. Why? Because you don't know how this food that you get out of the supermarkets was presented to you. You don't know how those animals died. You don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. You see what I'm saying? And in that case, you would automatically be violating the law, man. But if you go over and you see the way they slaughter these animals, many of these animals, I mean, I was looking at how they called so many of these chickens, and the way they did it was so fucking brutal. It was sickening. It was sickening. It's like there's no care about any of these creatures. There was no care, no concern the way they treated the hatchlings. It was sick. It was sick. Then you look at some of these people who killed the bovine, who killed the calves and the cows and whatnot, the bulls, you know. It's terrible. It's terrible because there's no compassion for this life. There's no compassion. Like, they was just tossed like that. Like, I mean, violently. Like, they hated these creatures. I was just sitting there in my guts, just sickened. And we know that there's these Khazars out there, these so-called Israelis who control many of this manufacturing, right? These many facilities. We know that. And it's just dreadful. It's dreadful. This is Isaiah 24. I'm going to keep this edifying, man. You know, try not to get too worked up. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenants. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. Now we're talking about a bird flu, right? That's contagious. Just come on, man. Come on, man. The Most High is about to send some heavy judgments. He's about to send some heavy judgments out here on this planet, man. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And few men left, man. It's about to get real busy out here real soon. Real soon. You see what I'm saying? And that's all. And you can hide this truth. You can hide this truth off YouTube and all these different platforms, Facebook and whatnot. Right now I'm under a strike. Another strike. And you know, I'm gonna try and fight it again like the last one, like 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try and fight that one too. It might not work out, you know what I'm saying? But this is going on Odyssey. But it's gonna go on Odyssey, man. You know, until the Most High ends this all completely. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more prophesying, ain't no more teaching, ain't no more nothing. If you ain't got this truth by now, then it's it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's gonna be, man. But this is going on Odyssey, man. And if I don't get my channel back up, you know, I'm just gonna have to wait a week before I can upload this on YouTube. But it's gonna go on Odyssey, Lord willing. It's gonna go on Odyssey, man. You see, because this devil's wicked, this devil's sick, you know, the devil's prideful. Esau Edom is prideful, man. Right? And all these coons out here, all these Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians that's trying to protect their massa, that's trying to protect their oppressors, that's trying to protect Esau Edom, so-called white man, y'all gonna die with them. Y'all gonna die right along with them, man. Go and embrace your lot to be a 2/3 that will be destroyed out here giving the heathens judgment. That's just it. That's just it. That's all I got to say on that, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 12. Let's go there, man. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 4. It says, how long shall the land mourn? How long shall the land mourn? Right? These jokers don't know how to stop cutting these trees down. They don't know how to stop drilling this oil, drilling this oil, drilling this oil. They don't know how to stop. They can't stop. You see what I'm saying? How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither? You looking at all these herbs, beautiful herbs, amazing herbs, man. You got brothers out here far more astute than I am. You know what I'm saying? They know so much about these herbs and their properties and all these things that are beneficial to the human, that are beneficial to the animals, that are beneficial to all life. You know what I'm saying? But Esau Edom says that nah, that's not good. That's not good. None of that's good. That's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like the herbs of the field, man. And the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. How long shall that happen? Right? The beasts are consumed, and the birds. What did we just see? You see what I'm saying? And the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end. These devils are wicked, man, and they think that the Most High is on their side. Right, as it says in Psalms the 73rd chapter, right? Is there wisdom in the Most High? Right? You know, does he see what's going on, what we doing? Shit, man. You go read Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. It tells you clear cut how Esau Edom thinks. It tells you clear cut how they think, man. You see, because they were never about having this place continue on, man. Because if you was to sit here and say, hey, man, it's what you're doing to the environment that's actually causing this imbalance. No, they'll say it's climate change. It's climate change. What? Over the policies and stuff that you pushed? Come on, man. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Let's go to Psalms chapter 82. Let's get it. I quoted it earlier, man. So I'm going to just get it. Psalms 82 and 6. You know, this stuff just gets on your nerves, man. And that's why I was listening to Elder Manatazakba. He was explaining in that video, this truth is the best thing that ever happened to me, and and that is true. That's the most clearest truth that you can ever come to realize as an Israelite, especially those that have taken hold of the correct doctrine. That you find out this truth is the most important thing to have ever happened. Because when you sit back and you reflect on these false prophets out here who don't want to get into any of this stuff, any of these prophecies, when you get into the wickedness that you see Esau Edom doing on a daily basis, this stuff vexed your spirit heavily. But without this truth, if we didn't have it, we lose our minds. We lose our minds. You see? We'd be done out here, man. We would be done. You know, and he was mentioning the Elder Kazak from Mississippi, and what did he say? He said, you can't put a price on this truth, man. You can't. You really can't, man. Because as it said in Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Right? But I'm steering off course, man. So let's go to Psalms 82 and 6. It says, I have said, ye are gods. Oh, Salaki, not verse 6. Not verse 6. Verse 5. Verse 5. Oh. Psalms chapter 82, verse 5, it says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. You see? But who is that talking in regards of? Go to verse 4. Deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. We started off in Proverbs 12 and 10, right? We started off with that. It says the righteous regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. And that's what we, the poor and the needy, it's talking about the Israelites. That's what we need to be saved from. We got to get the fuck up out of here, man. And that's why the Most High is about to speed up everything. The days are going faster. The judgments are being are coming out, man. I mean, look, bro, I saw this one video from a brother. He was sharing what happened with a random judge. I mean, like these two Moabites are just in a Chinese restaurant, and then boom, here comes a bull, comes ramming through and takes one of them out, and just rams through one of them, you know what I'm saying, and busts the whole store and go right back out the way it came. I mean, came up, bust my man's shit all up, you know what I'm saying, clipped him at the legs, he's flipping all over the place, man, on camera. Joe was crazy, man. Joe was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then I was listening to my beloved brother over in Houston, Dallas, man. YAHAWADAH. You know what I'm saying? And he just got finished speaking on a video that just took place. Judgment Judgment. These guys are in a boat. They're in boats, like just three boats, 4 or 5 of them, but 3 of them full of people. These little boats riding through next to a cliff or whatever, and here comes a big ass massive boulder come down and on 3 of those boats, man. 3 of those boats. It's expected that it's confirmed that at least 5 of them are dead, and it's expected to be at least 20 more to have died. You see what I'm saying? Judgment is coming. Judgment is here. Judgment is here. You see what I'm saying? Judgment is here. It's not coming. Judgment's here now. Judgment is here. You know what I'm saying? Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is turning up this year, man. And we about to see that. We're about to see these judgments come into full bloom, if you will. Right? Because the earth is out of course, man. The earth is out of course. Let me read it again. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Right? If you read further up in Isaiah the 24th chapter, let's read let's go back. Let's revisit that. Isaiah 24, let's start at verse 1. It says, Behold, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to Proverbs, back to Proverbs 29. Because this has been a terrible rulership. A terrible rulership. Nothing but wickedness. Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous are in authority. When the righteous are in authority. When the righteous are in authority. What did it say in the very first precept we got? Proverbs 12:10. The righteous regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Or when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. Come on, man. This Bible is alive, man. This Bible is telling Esau, Edom to a T. To a T. To the letter. Go to all right, let's go to Hosea chapter 4. Hosea chapter 4 verse 1, and it reads, Hear the word of Yahawah, ye children of Israel, for Yahawah hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth. Because there is no truth, man. That's why the scripture said at the end, the truth shall spring up. That has been so long without truth, there's been so long without fruit, it shall be declared, man. And it's being declared right now. It's been declared right now. Why? Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of the heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away, man. And we're seeing that now. That joker said by the thousands, about over 5,000 of these birds. Come on, man. Come on. You can't tell me that the Most High is not speaking right here. Let's go to Sirach. Go to Sirach chapter 10. This wickedness has got to stop, man. It's time for a change. It's time for switching management. It's time for that, man. Esau, you fired. You're fired. And you about to be fired literally. Right? The Most High is literally about to fire your ass. And put in place, man, let's get that. Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people. And the government, right? And the government of a prudent man is well ordered, right? Government in the Hebrew, I believe it's Masharah. I believe it's Masharah in the Hebrew. I gotta look that up. But yeah, the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Salakia. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. If the ruler is greedy, the inhabitants of the land are going to be greedy, right? And what is prevalent in this land known as America? What is prevalent in this land? Capitalism. And capitalism bases on how you get the capital. By whatever means. By whatever means. And that's why you had in that other video that I shared, where Walmart is dumping all these tons of garbage. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because it's cheaper. And if it's cheaper to do it that way, then guess what? You make capital. You make gains. You make profit. Right? So according to the rulers, if the rulers are greedy, the people that dwell therein are going to be greedy. Right? You look at all these jokers, all these women out here talking about get the bag and whatnot. It's greed. It's greed. It's vanity. If the ruler's vain, then the inhabitants are vain. You see what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Right? As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Right? If the ruler is an extortionist, if the ruler is corrupt, well, guess what? The police officers in their precincts are corrupt. You see how that works? Right? And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. A wise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahawah, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Right? As the scriptures say in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, but that time is coming where he's going to take it out of their hands and put it into the hands of one that is profitable. Yahawah Hamashiach. You see what I'm saying? And he will distribute it among his elect of the 144,000. And that will go, and that will trickle further down into the remnant men of the 1/3. You see what I'm saying? And that will be the governance. That will be the governance. Right? And then you're gonna see this earth change. I mean, it's going to be magnificent. That's all I can say, man. That's all I can say. Let's go to Hosea chapter 2. Hosea chapter 2, verse 18. Let's see what happens once the righteous government is set in place. Because some of these things that we're about to read right now, some of these things are going to be taking place even during Jacob's trouble. Even during Jacob's trouble, we're going to be, there will be times where, I believe, there will be times where the animals are going to be in right standing with the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? With the elect who are being protected during Jacob's trouble, man, because a whole heaping pile of judgment's coming. It's coming, man. You see what I'm saying? And the Israelites that were given mercy and given that thawah are going to be protected. And a portion of that protection is going to be the Most High sending his animals to help. You see what I'm saying? Sending the animals to help assist the elect. You see? So let's read that. Hosea chapter 2, verse 18. It says, and in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow of the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. You see? So let's end this off here, man. Let's end this off with Isaiah 14th chapter. Isaiah 14, let's get verse 6. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6, it says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations with anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Right? This is talking about when Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and their rulership is taken down. You see what I'm saying? But what's going to happen when that takes place? What's going to happen? It says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. And it's about that time for the Most High to set this thing, to set this thing straight, man, and to put these people in chains and to end their rulership off. You see? So I want to cut that there, man. I pray that was edifying. I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Hawadah. Right? Once again, Lord willing, if I don't beat this this strike, then this video will be going up next week. Right? Lord willing. So I want to say double honors unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatah. Shalom.